In today's video, we're going to see how teams are fixing bugs and shipping code faster with the Clubhouse integration in Rollbar. Some of the key benefits are providing better context for developers. Rollbar speaks in your developer's language, literally. Rollbar enriches Clubhouse stories to make teams more productive and reduce the back and forth when bugs are reported. Second, we can give your key stakeholders better insight. People who might not be in Rollbar every day can still have their finger on the pulse of your application health and stability. In the first part of this video, we're going to walk through setting up the integration. If you want to skip ahead to see the automated workflows and best practices, you can click on the timestamps in the video description below. Now let's get set up in 2 minutes or less. So to get started with this integration, we'll actually go to Clubhouse first, where we're going to want to set up an API token. So we go to Settings, API Tokens, and we'll name our token. Here I'll call it Rollbar. And we'll just need to copy this to our clipboard. Back in Rollbar, we'll go to our user settings and select connected accounts. Here we can select Clubhouse and paste that token here. Now that we have the two linked, we can go into our project settings, select the project where we want to integrate Clubhouse, select notifications, and then we can go to Clubhouse. Here we can see the API token's already been selected, so now we need to input an organization name. The organization name is actually just the name of your Clubhouse account, which is Rollbar Demo in this case. And we'll want to now select the project. This project is my JS demo, so the front-end development project makes a lot of sense. Optionally, we can select an epic. I have one called Rollbars, which I'll select. And the next three sections allow for you to set the status in Rollbar and sync it with a state of a story in Clubhouse. So the initial state of a story created from a Rollbar item is going to be unscheduled, and for reactivated items, we'll make them ready for development. And a resolved item in Rollbar should be a completed story in Clubhouse. Finally, we can add some labels if you like. It's a great way to add more context to Clubhouse stories. And finally, we'll just enable the Clubhouse integration. Now that we have the integration set up, let's go over the various ways you can create Clubhouse stories using Rollbar. The first is in the UI. If we go into the item detail view, you see we can do our investigation and create a Clubhouse story directly from this view. Here we can create a new one or link this item to an existing Clubhouse story. In this case, I'm going to create a new story. And now we see we can view the Clubhouse story. Rollbar has created a Clubhouse story with a link back to the Rollbar item in the project that we specified when we set up the integration, in the state unscheduled and the type bug. A more advanced way that we can create Clubhouse stories is automatically via our rules engine. To do this, we can go to our project settings and then click on the Clubhouse icon to go to our Clubhouse settings. Next, we're going to want to add a rule. In this case, we're going to use the new item create story template. Here we can add filter logic to specify which new items actually will create new Clubhouse stories. The first thing I'm going to do is update this to critical for this demo. So now only new Rollbar items of the critical severity level will actually create a new story in Clubhouse. There are a lot of other filters we can apply here, leveraging all of the contextual data in your error payloads. I might only add a secondary one here, which is the environment should equal production. I can hit create rule now. Now we can test this rule by going to a demo project. Here I have some user information set up. We can hit save info, and we'll throw a couple errors by hitting these two buttons. If we go back into Rollbar, we go to our items, we see two new errors have been sent to us. These two new errors have different severity levels, error and critical. If we open the error severity level item, we see the create Clubhouse story icon is still here. Going back, if we click on the critical severity level item, we see view Clubhouse story. Looks like the filter for severity level worked. In this case, we're limiting noise by adding those filters and only creating Clubhouse stories for critical level items. We can take automation to the next level by syncing the statuses of Rollbar items and Clubhouse stories. Here we see, after pushing a fix, I can mark the critical item as resolved. Right now, the item lives in the unscheduled state. If we go into the UI and hit status, resolved, and go back into Clubhouse, we see that story has now been moved into completed. Now, since we didn't actually fix anything, I can go back to this demo application, and another user may experience the same error. If we hit the critical button and we go back into Rollbar, we should see that item has now been reactivated. And in Clubhouse, the story went from completed back into ready for development. In about 2 minutes, you can integrate Rollbar and Clubhouse to automate issue tracking, creating more productive and happier software teams. If you have any questions, please contact your account manager today or contact support@rollbar.com.